Well, I'm going to be talking about listening, and one of the key questions that comes up time and again is, aren't students just practicing listening by listening to their teacher? And the fact of the matter is, no, they aren't. It's not enough to just listen to the teacher. It's wonderful if the teacher is speaking Chinese all the time, because they get used to hearing the Chinese and it becomes very familiar. But that's one voice, and it's not enough. Because it's not enough, we have to kind of looking at teaching it as a skill, because listening is not an easy thing to do. It's very, very difficult because the sounds are unfamiliar, everything is unfamiliar. And the way we listen is something that is often taken for granted. We need to hear things more than once. And so therefore, we really need to look at how we can teach listening as a skill. Dealing with listening as a skill is not an easy thing to do when you first do it. You have to really, really be thinking about the stages in which you are presenting it, the way we listen naturally, and how we can bring that into the classroom, how we can motivate the learners first to want to listen, because there's a lot of anxiety attached to listening. People panic when they have to listen in a foreign language because they think, oh my God, I can't do it. I can't understand. It's impossible. And what you really want to do is to be able to guide them step by step, to first of all motivate them, make them feel that they can, activate knowledge of the topic that they're going to listen to, and then stage the activities that you're going to do so that they really can understand. And you set clear tasks to help them. I have some key tips, I think, that are really, really important. One of the biggest ones is do it. People don't. People tend to avoid doing listening. And many course books have listening activities in them, but many, many don't. And that is a real problem because it means you actually have to go out and find something. But the fact of the matter is that students only listen to each other. And with Chinese, it really has to be right. The pronunciation has to be right, because if it isn't, nobody will understand you. So you really have to hear Chinese voices, and you have to hear Chinese people speaking at a natural, normal pace. And the only way you can do that is by listening to tapes and listening to things that teachers bring into the classroom. Find out what they know, all right? So you're predicting and you're getting some knowledge. So you might use a picture, you might use something in the course book itself to get them to actually think about what they're going to do. And then find out what they think is going to happen in this listening and maybe get some ideas. That would be prediction. Otherwise, you might do a simple task, set a simple task on gist, because gist is the general idea. Because when we hear something, the first time we hear something, we only pick up that general idea, and we only pick up key words, which is why when somebody gives you directions, you have to ask them 6 or 7 times, because you've not got all of the information. So what you want to do is to be able to pick up those key words and then set a task around that. And the way you can do that is to listen to it cold yourself and make a note of what you can remember and set a clear task. You work through and you have to plan it. That is very, very important. And you have to really respond to the students and give them a chance to hear it more than once. When you're getting answers to listening, the aim is not just to get answers. The aim is to develop their listening and give them confidence in what they're doing so that they really, really feel confident and feel that they can do it. So that might mean you need to play several times and give them the chance to talk to each other before you get answers and find some creative ways of getting some answers from your learners.